Good morning or good noon. Hello also works. Sorry about the shaking too. I'm sat on my chair just holding you, and you are heavy. Well, I say you, camera. Anyway, I went to the doctor's this morning just for like an end of year, let's see where everything is at kind of appointment, because if you watched my Dismissive Doctors Are Dangerous, which I'll put a card to up there, he basically agreed that yes, I have hypermobile EDS, but we want to rule out the other types first, and I also want to send you to clinical genetics, and I also want to send you to orthotics because your foot's fucked. And I was just sort of chasing up those referrals. I also, not that long ago, had an echocardiogram, and I was chasing up the results of those, because no news is good news, but I also needed them for further appointments, so I kind of had to go and be like, do you have the results? And like half? I don't even know. And also doing a medication review. Do I need to come off anything? Do I need to start anything? The answer is no, but I did, while I was there, completely forget to ask them to give me the drugs. Because brain fog and memory problems. Not good. But I got Montelukast put onto my repeat prescription, but both me and the doctor don't just want to keep throwing drugs at the problem, and because it doesn't necessarily help so much to the point where I can get rid of the mask, like completely, we not sure whether I will continue it, but she doesn't know enough about cold urticaria to necessarily make that decision, and both me and this doctor, she's my favourite doctor. I love having her because she just wants the facts and she will sort the problem. It's great. But we both agree that I'm going to talk to the allergist about it and see what they want me to do, see what they recommend, that sort of thing, because I don't want to be on so many medications, and I don't know how well it's actually helping, so kind of what's the point, but also it is nice to have that safety net of extra protection, I suppose. But yeah, trying to get everything organised is a lot of fun, and I just thought I would take this opportunity to show you my medical journal. That sounds way fancier than it is, but it is in this little pile here, so there we go. So, this is my medical journal. I don't know how well you can see it because I'm facing a window. We've learnt this. I have learnt some stuff. But it's pretty. I got it in the middle of the year, so it was kind of the only one really available to me. Thank you, Bank of Dad, for paying for it. But it just helps me to keep track of all these various letters of various clinics, because they seem to not talk to each other, or really my GP, that well. So I just sort of keep a record of everything in here. I say when I received a letter for an appointment, when the actual appointment is, and then what happened in the appointment, any outcomes, any further tests I need. Basically anything to do with medical or health, it will go in here, because I just like to keep track of it, because there's nothing worse than going into a doctor's appointment. I mean, this morning I did forget to bring this, so it was kind of like this, but when it's like, oh, I don't know when it was, I don't know what the test was. I mean, I generally know what the test was because my line of study, but it's just helpful to be like, ah yes, it was this specific clinic and it was this doctor who ordered this test, this date. It just helps. And then also there's blood test results, there's my opticians, which technically isn't, is it health? I don't really know, but it's body related, so I put it in there. And I have I have a couple of things to put in. One of them is just, you don't get free prescriptions because you don't earn enough money. And my allergist rescheduling letter, so I need to put that in there. I was just chasing up all of those loose ends, so I know going into 2020 what I've got going on. When I went to the rheumatologist, he looked at my foot and was like, you need a thing for that. Wasn't very specific about what kind of thing I needed, and then said he would refer me to orthotics to get it looked at, which, cool, fine. But then when he wrote to me and my GP, it had no mention of it in there. So my ankle overpronates and it does hurt sometimes, and my toes recently have been popping in and out when I walk, and that is not fun. I don't know what exactly they're doing, but I know that they hurt. So I went to the doctor and I was like, yo, did you get a different letter than I did? Because he said he was going to refer me to this thing. And then she was like, no, I did not. There is no mention of it, but I will just refer you because it's quicker. So that's happening. Don't need any more tests doing right now, so that's good. That's kind of it, really. I recommend doing this at the beginning or end of a year because it's probably not an ideal time to try and book this now if I've given you a good idea to do so, especially if you have lots of active referrals to things. So I think I have clinical genetics to see what type of EDS I have or don't have. More on that when I know, no idea. Orthotics, allergist. I was put on a pain clinic waiting list but never really heard anything, and that's been a good few years. I keep this really organised, or I try, because brain fog is a nightmare, and it just means that I can just, I don't know, it's hard to explain because my words are not with me today, but keeping this organised just helps my appointments go a lot smoother. If I can bring along, oh, I had this test 6 months ago, this was the result. Oh, I have these active referrals and here's kind of evidence of that, or like here's my appointment, or here's the doctor that did it, or like it's just got so much stuff in it. I only started it in May, so I don't know if you can see, like, oh, do you like my bum socks, by the way? That's just kind of a big thick mess of NHS stuff because their systems are just, I feel like they just need to have like one universal system where everything just kind of goes and they have like quick notes for everything rather than each doctor having to read through all of the correspondences. It's just, it would make my life easier, so that's kind of what this is. It runs out in 2020, so I even need to start a new one, but I have to keep this one around because I still have active referrals from the start of the year. Just a quick video today to say maybe catch up with your doctor and get all the loose ends either tied up or just know what you're doing going into the next year. With that being said, don't forget to like this video, drop a comment down below if you have any tips for organising your medical notes, medical correspondences, letters, appointments, dates, times, tests, etc. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and ring that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Videos go up every Saturday at 6 PM UK time with at least one bonus video every single month, apart from this month, which is a Vlogmas, and it's 25 videos in 25 days, and today is day 20. Oh, the end is in sight and the burnout is real. Anyway, see ya!